Hey there, y'all. Welcome to Homesteading at Kooker. Today I'm showing y'all some plants. I've been working on, I guess you could say on our landscaping, but really I've just been planting plants wherever. Recently I planted some dianthus, several of them here in this bed and some along the back of the house, like on the back side of the living room between the water troughs. Just because we needed some plants there. I want some plants to help retain the soil and also make it a little prettier there because it's just ugly over there. But this bed, we actually, well, let me show you. We took the wire from the top portion of this bed because it was not working out well like I thought it would. So originally my plan was to have this blocked off to keep the dogs and the chickens out, and I would enter in this spot because it's right by the front door, easy to access for gardening. I was going to have garden herbs there. But what I realized is this is kind of narrow to try to have plants in and me walk in there and maneuver around. So I was not going in there very often at all. So I think this will work better. The low fencing deters the animals. I'm not going to say it prevents them from getting in, because honestly, even when the big fence was up, that didn't deter the animals because they would find ways in. But I think it'll help keep them at least from running through it. And it's short enough that I can lean over and reach over and harvest stuff if I get stuff planted in there. I have not yet planted in there. That's mostly weeds, although there are some edibles in there. Anyway, by the way, the Rose of Sharon is blooming, and I do have one cutting inside that did survive, and I need to get that planted because now is a good time to pot them up. I planted these, let's see, these are daffodils from my grandmother's place. I planted these this morning because I dug them up from my grandmother's place yesterday because we spent the weekend working on stuff out there. And then as you can see, there's this fencing here. Well, that was the top half of that bed that was over there on the front of the house. So we made use of that, and then there was a little bit left which we used for another project back here, but hopefully we'll be able to show you more about that when we actually use it for the project. Justin is enjoying feeding the animals today. So he's getting the water for the chickens, and the kitties say, we want our evening food. Kiddos are having fun, having some time outside after a nap. And let me see, let me find some more plants that I recently planted. Hello, Miss Flo. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the best place where I planted this next one because Flo is trying to eat at it. But I think I got it far enough away that she can't get to it. But this is a rose bush that I had planted for my grandmother last year. It bloomed once for her, and I now brought it back. The other rose bush that I planted for her, I didn't see any growth on it for this year except for some coming up from the root stock. And I didn't know if that was going to survive, so I didn't bring that one. But I did bring this one. Now, granted, I'm not sure if that new shoot is coming up from the rootstock. It might be. So it may not even be the rose that bloomed last year. But we will see. And then over here, I planted a wisteria. All it is a little twig, so it's not very impressive right now. But maybe later in the year, it'll be more impressive. Hey, dude. You want what? Oh, did you poke yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Hold on, I need to show them one more thing. So the other thing I planted from Gigi's place was this other wisteria. Once again, yet another twig. Not impressive now, but hopefully later it will be. And the cool thing about those wisteria is I had planted those seeds for Gigi early last year. They were in hanging pots for a while, and then in the fall I planted them in their, well, semi-permanent spot, but now that she's passed, I brought them home because the ones that I transplanted here didn't work well because I transplanted it like in the middle of summer and not in such a great spot. So another thing I wanted to mention, this is not related to Gigi's house, but I found out there's a rose bush here, and it looks like another Martha Gonzalez, but I'm going to admit, y'all, I don't remember planting a rose bush there. But I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not going to say that I didn't, because sometimes I plant stuff and I don't remember where I put it. Crazy stuff. Sometimes it's just get it in the dirt, see if it lives, and I think that's one of those examples. This, again, is not a grandma thing, but I wanted to show. This is a winter jasmine, and it's not looking that great. It's not coming out like I thought I would, or like I thought it would. But there is, I don't know if you can see it, but right here, there is green. So it's not completely dead, and look, there's a little bud. So maybe it will come out. I was thinking that when we got it at the nursery last year, I think it was, or maybe it was the year before, that it was blooming in like January, February, and we're now in March. But maybe I'm just trying to rush everything. Maybe it was later, but it's an early bloomer, and it's a good pollen source for the bees when it actually grows. And that's another one of those. This past fall, it was almost dead, but I threw it in the ground just to see if it would, like hang on and come back forward strong. Anyway, that's pretty much the recent stuff that I planted. I mean, I've been planting rose bushes everywhere, but anyway, that can be another video. All right, thanks y'all for joining us today. Thank you for watching as I captured, I guess kind of a chronicalization of planting things that we brought back from my grandmother's house, just to have a little bit of memories of her here. And who knows, if we get it to grow well, I would love to be able to pass on cuttings and whatnot to my kiddos whenever it's time for them to go to their forever homes. Y'all have a blessed day. Hope you're staying well and safe amid all the interesting happenings that are happening in our country and actually worldwide. And hope we see you here again at Kooker. God bless.